Coming up this week on Wildcat Fastbreak, the Northwestern men battled two more ranked opponents, while the women look to complete a season sweep of Ohio State. Plus, the Cats are halfway through the Big Ten season, so head coach Chris Collins will join us on set to talk about his team. All that and more this week on Wildcat Fastbreak. Hi again, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Wildcat Fast Break. I'm Dave Eanet. The Northwestern Wildcats again faced off against two of the top teams in college basketball last week, starting with a Thursday night matchup at home against number 11 Michigan State. So let's take a look at the highlights.
Looks into Debs, runner in the lane, back rim, up and in. First field goal for the Cats at the 14-16 mark. It's a 1-point game. Cats have scored 6 straight. Well, it's deflected, stolen 3 against 2 Michigan State. Out to Forbes on the left, goes past Debs, drives in, and McIntosh blocks the shot.
Yeah, that was a huge play because I felt the crowd was ready to explode. I mean, Brian made a great play defensively, blocking a shot. We got a big look from Taphorn in transition. One of our best shooters missed it. Missed another shot, got an offensive rebound, got it blocked at the rim, got it again, kicked it back out to Taphorn for another wide open look. And, you know, those are kind of the plays that we just haven't been able to get over the hump. You make a shot like that, now all of a sudden the crowd is really into it. Your guy's confidence level is high, and you don't know, even though there's a lot of game left, you just don't know what a sequence like that can do for your team. And unfortunately in that game, we just never could get any momentum because we had such a hard time putting the ball in the basket.
1:27 to go into the half. McIntosh fires underneath. Pardon for the dunk and one. McIntosh faked the 3. They closed out on him, and he fired it into Pardon for the dunk.
It was great. I'm so excited about what our crowds have been this year. I mean, starting with the league schedule, I mean, you go down the line, every game, there's been a buzz in the building. And this Michigan State game was no different. I mean, it was electric from the moment the warm-ups were going on into the tip, and I thought we got off to an okay start, even though we didn't shoot it well. It was right there, you know, and then we just went on a huge drought, and they got really hot from 3.
Back to Valentine, an NBA 3, and he got it. Are you kidding me? He shot that thing from the beach.
Some of them were open looks, and some of them were contested shots by really good players, headed by Denzel Valentine, who's one of the best players in the country, and we just weren't able to recover from that onslaught that they hit us with.
McIntosh, 12-footer in the lane, got it. Well, that ends the drought after 13 straight misses. McIntosh gets one to go. Final score is going to be 76-45. This ball game is over, and the Wildcats lose their 4th straight.
So Brian McIntosh finishes as the leading scorer for the Wildcats with 14, but Northwestern shot just 20% from the field as they fall to the Spartans.
The Northwestern Wildcats are on the air today from Carver Hawkeye Arena in Iowa City, Iowa. Big Ten basketball. It's the Northwestern Wildcats and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Left wing, Clemens puts it up, left of the lane, no good. And rebound taken away from Jock by McIntosh. Jock is hurt. He's down at the other end. Out to foul zone, left corner 3 by Debs. Good! Trey Debs, 3-pointer, Cats lead. Goes to McIntosh on the baseline, underneath, kicks it out. Debs drives past Jewell, into the paint, turns, fires, good! Jumper by Trey Debs.
It was great to see Trey kind of break out from, you know, he hasn't shot the ball very well over the last few weeks, and, you know, he wants it so badly. He puts a lot of pressure on himself, and it was good to just see him playing free and easy and taking the shots as they came.
McIntosh jogs into the front court, kicks it out. Lindsay will try a 3 from the left. It's good. Scotty Lindsay hits a 3-pointer.
Thought we got off to a good start. It was 18-18, making some shots early. It was a great crowd, great environment there in Iowa City, and then again, It was just that 7-8 minute burst where, you know, they hit us with a big run at the end of the half to create that separation.
16 to shoot. Left wing Utah into the paint. Utah turns, puts it up off the glass, scores. Utah having a huge game. Clemens circles, tried to bounce it weak side. It was deflected, stolen. Parton picks it up. Demps brings it the other way. Demps now right down the lane, lays it up, counted and a foul. Trey Demps with a finger roll.
I was proud of the way we came out of the locker room with fight. You know, went on a 7-point spurt there, cut the lead to 9. And then we just had some key breakdowns against their best shooter, Peter Jock. You know, 2 times in transition, we didn't talk well, didn't communicate. He hit back-to-back threes. All of a sudden, 9 goes right back to 17. And it was pretty much over at that point. But I was really pleased with the way we fought back and continue to fight even when we got down big. We never quit, we never gave up, even to the final buzzer, which hopefully will help us as we head into these next stretch of games.
A career-high 30 points for Trey Demps, not enough for the Cats to top third-ranked Iowa. Scotty Lindsey also added 15 points in the loss. Coming up after the break, the Wildcat women go for a season sweep of a top 10 team. We've got the highlights right after this.
Game is tied at 67. Cats will hold for the final shot and try to win it. We're down to 9, down to 8. Demps with 7, with 6, with 5. Demps stops, puts up a jumper. Good! That's the ball game. The Wildcats win. The Wildcats win. An unbelievable game.
Funniest person on the team, by far, Vic Law. He's always goofing around.
Gavin Skelly is the funniest person on the team, but no doubt.
Funniest person on the team, I had to say myself. But if I didn't have to say myself, I had to say Big Law. He's a very humorous guy.
I'll say the funniest person on our team is probably Big Law. He's always talking, always has something to say, so it's fun to be around him.
Funniest person on the team. I'm gonna go with the tie between Vic and Gavin, but we all can be funny at times.
I'd have to say Vic. You know, Vic's really funny, and Gavin's up there too.
Funniest person is probably Vic. He's a try-hard, so I'll just give him that. I'll give him that one.
Funniest person on the team is Vic Law.
Me.
Easy one.
Funniest person on the team, I don't know, his feelings might be hurt if I don't say his name, so Vic Law, he funny sometimes. He really not even that funny, to be honest, but I laugh at his jokes to make him feel good.
Welcome back to Wildcat Fast Break. Less than 3 weeks after the Northwestern women beat Ohio State in Evanston, they headed to Columbus for another showdown with the 7th-ranked Buckeyes. Let's take a look at the highlights. This is our Nissan Big Game of the Week.
Live from the campus of Ohio State, and a big road test for the Cats tonight, taking on a team that they defeated just a couple weeks ago. Ashley Deary right side, dishes, cross-court pass, Maggie Lyon for 3, it's good. Cats take the lead, 5-4. Inman, the double team comes, she finds Maggie Lyon. Lyon now dishes into the paint, Nia Coffey, jumper good. Deary driving on her defender, up top, Nia Coffey for 3, it's good. Coffey from way downtown, give her 7 points. Northwestern up by 2, 1:44 left in the opening period of play. Inman back up top to Deary. Deary into the post, Allie Tuttle kicks out to Inman for 3, and Inman fills it up.
At Ohio State is a very difficult environment, and especially their team now, which is in first place, so and ranked in the top 6 or 7 in college basketball. I thought we went in there, we quieted the crowd in the first half. We were fearless, made shots, played great defense, and had chances to win.
Into the lane, a cutting Maggie Lyon, pretty pass there. Lyon finishes, Cats up 7. Maggie Lyon left wing, penetrates out to Inman. Inman now drives, her right hand jumper is good.
They didn't back down 1 inch from Ohio State's press, which has really been their mainstay. And we didn't back down 1 inch, handled it, attacked, stayed aggressive. So I was really proud of that.
Maggie Lyon finds a cutting Nia Coffey. Pretty inbounds play there. Coffey wide open, puts it in for 2. Nice screen from Kanaya Hankins. Off the slip to Kanaya Akpana. Long jumper. It rolls in.
To Ashley Deary. She tries to go inside against Alston. Righty scoop layup is good.
Pretty take from Ashley Deary. Cats need more of that. Aggressive plays.
Deary goes left around his screen. Now she's double teamed. Bounce past Nia Coffey. An unguarded corner triple for her. Nothing but nets. Northwestern's back out in front, 45-43. Deary splits a couple of defenders. Goes into the paint. Righty layup too strong. Ball is tapped out by Akana. Now a 3 from Lyon. Switch. Kelsey Mitchell pushing with the left hand, tries to cross over right, completely loses the handle, and Deary picks up a steal. 3-on-1 break, ahead to Inman, uncontested righty layup is good. Northwestern's lead is up to 9. It's all the way across the court, but can't find anyone. Now she's guarded by Akana, crossover right, goes at Akana, scoop layup, good, and 1.
Yeah, you know, we broke down defensively. Mitchell, we were up 1, she was able to slice through our defense and got to the rim. And, you know, so it's a team thing. You know, we all, you know, you can look at any number of plays, like you said, during a game that affected that. But, you know, we just got to find ways to defensively not break down the last 2 or 3 minutes.
76-70, Northwestern trails. There are 7 seconds left in the game. Instead, she passes Deary back to Coffey. Now she puts up a 3. It goes, but there are just 2.2 seconds left. At the end of the day, Northwestern finds itself on the losing end, losing to Ohio State, the 7th-ranked Buckeyes, 76-73.
To the Buckeyes, just too much down the stretch as they win by 3. Kristen Inman with 18 points to lead the way for the Wildcats.
We really just fell apart in the last couple of minutes. I think we played a really good game up until then. So, you know, just building off the momentum for the 38 good minutes we played and just carrying that over. You know, Ohio State's a really good team, and I think if we can play 40 full minutes of how we played the first 38, then we'll beat any team in the league. It is really frustrating, but, you know, the past is the past. You know, we can't dwell on this loss for too long. We have to get refocused for Iowa coming up Sunday, and that's really our main focus right now.
From a surprisingly temperate Evanston, Illinois, it's the Northwestern Wildcats and the Iowa Hawkeyes just about set to tip off in Big Ten conference play. Back out to Deary, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Deary driving with the finger roll, and that one's 6. Wildcats tie things up now, 5-5 with 6:36 to go. So Northwestern grinding down the clock, down 2 here. Coffey from the elbow, that one's good, nothing but net. Akpana unable to come up with a rebound, but Deary's there for a steal. Deary swings it out to Inman, over to Deary. Deary driving in the lane now, up the middle, the floater, that one's good. So Northwestern brings it back within 2. And that's Lyon over to Inman. Inman with the easy layup.
I thought we had great ball movement. You know, we were getting shots we wanted. We were patient. We got out in transition a little bit, got some easy baskets, and we got the ball, you know, inside out, which, you know, I think is, as we get into February, is really going to be important for us.
Just inside of the arc. That's Jamison. That's going to count for 2. Nia Coffey going under the glass, no good, but Akpana coming up with the board and a putback for the Wildcats, 36-35. And over to Maggie Lyons, who returns the favor, 3 of her own. So now it's a 1-point game again. Deary takes it, turns it over to Nia Coffey. Nia Coffey with the up and under, 48-46. The Wildcats now within 2. Swings it around to Nia Coffey. Nia Coffey up and under an Iowa defender.
Yeah, 4th quarter, you know, big play. Nia Coffey got called for a charge, and that was her 4th foul. We had to take her out. I think we were down 2 or 3. And, you know, we're right there, and we had to sit her for 3 or 4 minutes maybe, and that really hurt us.
As the Wildcats have about 5 minutes to turn this around, Maggie Lyon trying to get the streak going herself. And that's a 3 there for Whitney Jennings, keeping the Hawkeyes well away from the Wildcats. 1 second and the clock expires, and that'll do it. So the final from Welsh Ryan Arena, Northwestern loses to the Iowa Hawkeyes, 79-64, the final score.
Nia Coffey with another double-double for the Wildcats. but they shoot just 17% from behind the arc and fall to Iowa by 15. When Wildcat Fastbreak continues, we're joined on set by the head coach of Northwestern men's basketball, Chris Collins. Keep it right here.
Yeah, you got to get back there and you got to calm down. You got to run some offense right here. Great hustle play by Kunai Akana to keep that alive.
And how about this, too? That hustle play, her career high in rebounds, 15. And she keeps it alive there. The kick out to Lyon, who makes good on it from 3.
You just cannot underestimate the value of energy, of hustle plays, of extra possessions because of what Kunai Akana is doing for Northwestern.
Welcome back to Wildcat Fast Break. Joined now by the head men's basketball coach of the Northwestern Wildcats, Chris Collins. Cats are 10 games through their schedule now, and let's split it up, Chris, into 2 halves of your 10 games. First 5, 3-2, you're feeling pretty good. The last 5 obviously have been difficult. What's been the difference?
Well, obviously 4 of the 5 that we've just lost were against top 10 quality opponents, with 3 of them on the road. So part of it had to do with the way the schedule broke with who we were playing. Overall, I've been very excited about how the guys have played this year. You know, the 15 victories, getting off to a good start in the league. And then we ran into a gauntlet the last couple weeks of some really good teams, us quite not playing at our best. And that's what can happen in this league. You can go on a losing streak in a hurry, and you got to do your best to try to stop the bleeding and get it going in the right direction.
Well, you played arguably the 4 best teams in the conference back to back to back to back. And I guess there'd be one school of thought that would say, well, it's good to get them out of the way. I know you have a lot of tough games coming up, but that's really was a gauntlet.
It was, and we kind of knew that coming in. You look at the schedule and you say, man, that's going to be a really challenging couple weeks. And that's the way a lot of teams have it during the course of the Big Ten season. You're going to have a stretch of 4 or 5 games that are maybe really difficult. 3 of those were on the road for us out of the 4 against teams, to me, that I think all 4 have a chance to not only be Big Ten championship quality, but also national championship quality. So, you know, for us, we can't get upset about it. We can't put our heads down. What happened happened. We got to move forward. We got to keep our confidence there as we head into these next stretch of games.
And as you said, Chris, you've won 15 games. You won your first 4 road games. You won 3 overtime games. So you've had some success. Let's go back to the game you won against Wisconsin, a team that is playing very well right now. What were the things that you did well against Wisconsin that you'd like to see your team do again?
Well, I thought our preparation was really good. We were really locked into the scouting report there, where Bronson Koenig, Nigel Hayes, they're the 2 top guys. I thought we did a pretty good job on those guys. Our energy level was great to start the game. You know, we've had a problem with starts, especially at home. And I thought we started that game great. We got up to a 14-3 lead. It really set the tone. And certainly our Bryant McIntosh was spectacular that night.
Well, you have had some struggles at home, and yet you've gone on the road against Iowa this past weekend, shot the ball a little better than you have. Trey Demps had a big game for you. Your last home game against Michigan State, it seemed like you brought out the best in the Spartans because they came out and shot the lights out from 3-point range.
Yeah, I tell you, the atmosphere in Welsh Ryan against Michigan State was awesome. It was everything that I dreamed of when I first got here. It was electric, it was loud, it was a lot of purple in the building. And, you know, I thought it knocked our guys back a little. Michigan State's used to playing in those kind of games. They're in those almost every night. With a young group, we're still learning, you know, that big game atmosphere. And I thought because of it, we were a little bit tight. We didn't shoot the ball very well at all. And conversely, they hit everything. And that's a recipe to have a tough night against a great team like Michigan State.
Obviously, Bryant McIntosh, his body of work has been outstanding this year, leading the Big Ten in assists. He's about to set your single-season assist record. What have you seen in terms of growth in Bryant from year 1 to year 2?
Well, just having that year under his belt, his confidence is there. He believes he's an upper-tier point guard in this league. He's stronger, more confident in his own abilities individually. I think he's more vocal as a leader. And he's just grown in every way. I mean, he's one of those guys. He's always wanting to get better. And he's still just a sophomore. That's the exciting part about it. I think he's got an unbelievable future ahead of him. And it's great to have a guy like that running the show.
Let's talk about the future of this team this season because, as we mentioned, 10 games down. You've got 8 games remaining, and it was at about this point last year that you went on a 5-1 run. You were the hottest team in the Big Ten there for about 5 or 6 games, and all of a sudden people were sitting up and taking notice. Are there things that maybe you learned from having gone through that last year that you can get your team to pick up again?
I hope so. I mean, a lot of these guys, we withstood a 10-game losing streak last year and hung in there, stayed the course, finally found a way to get that win, and it really gave us the confidence we needed to string some wins together, and that's what it's going to take for us now. We've hit a little bit of bump in the road. It happens, and we've played really tough competition, and it's time for us to kind of figure out any way to get back that winning feeling and what it takes to win. And I believe in this group, and I believe if we can do that, we're capable of going on another winning streak.
All starts this week, Thursday night, here at Welsh Ryan Arena against Minnesota. Coach, thanks for joining us this week.
Thank you.
Wildcat coach Chris Collins, that's going to do it for this week's episode of Wildcat Fast Break. Remember, for tickets to see the Wildcats in Minnesota this week or other home games, log on to nusports.com or call 1-888-GO-PURPLE. Now for Coach Collins and for Coach Joe McEwen, I'm Dave Eanet. Thanks for joining us this week on Wildcat Fast Break. We'll see you right back here next week. And as always, go Cats.